This is video reaction number 6, the new age of corporate monopolies. So in 1957, representatives from 6 European countries went to Rome to sign the treaty to create the European Union. Europe was destroyed as a world war had emerged from Europe. Human suffering was unbelievable and unprecedented at this time. The men wanted to create a peaceful Europe, one that works for its people, which would create a common European market. When markets are left by themselves, it slips to a private party of big businesses and cartels and does not meet the needs of customers. From day one, the European Union had fair trade laws to protect everyone. From the first day in 1957, European Union had fair rules for healthy competition on merits of and quality of products. The question was asked, why do we need rules on competition? So more competition equals better quality, lower prices, and more innovation. The problem is that sometimes competition can be inconvenient for businesses, and competition often means the race is never over. The temptation to avoid competition can be daunting and can lead to greed and power. We see greed and fear and power in politics a lot. They talked about the cars and the thousands of parts that are made and how that can often lead to monopolies, as these people can come together and talk about how come up with prices on their own versus trying to do what's best and cheapest for their customers. They began investigating car companies for unfair competition, and without the union, there would have been no investigation that would occur, and subsidies stop businesses from having equal playing fields. But the biggest and best and most connected companies are always the ones to get the subsidies. So these big companies are always the ones to gain that advantage and are put in the forefront. More than 2/3 of the Europeans had said that they noticed the lack of competition. Their electricity was too high, the prices for medicine were too high. They also expressed how the internet and transportation can often be too high as well. They found that markets didn't treat them fairly, and they see the market more as a few big private companies, even though it's supposed to serve everyone. So this is a problem in business law, because a lot of times businesses will do whatever they can to get ahead of their competition. So while it can promote quality a lot of times, it can also promote false advertising at times and create issues there. And people often don't like it just because they do have to keep working. It's a never-ending game. It's not like, okay, we've perfected this product, let's stop. It's we have to keep going, and we have to keep innovating and creating new products. So it makes a challenge for companies a lot more than what it normally would. And so this can create a big problem, especially when companies are trying not to do that and cut corners and stuff like that. And it can often be a lot more expensive for companies as well, because they're having to innovate more and having to create more products and become a better company overall, but also competing with other people's prices. They're trying to higher their prices oftentimes to make more money, but they can't do that when competitors' prices are lower, and the competitors are able to bring their prices down, which helps the economy as well. But the economy as a whole, they're helping the people of the economy and like maybe the lower classes, but the overall upper class is saying, okay, we'll pay more for this. So they're able to pay more, so they are paying more. But a lot of times without those lower prices, the bigger companies are having to lower their prices, which is beneficial for the lower classes in the economy.